seems like things are clicking for you guys as a team. Kendall, what's behind that, do you think?
I think Makara said it after the one game, but I think we're a team of like kind of getting a rhythm, and we've been able to play game after game after game after game and not having to go a week or a week and a half doing, scout stuff. So I think it's just been kind of, we're feeling each other, we're feeling the flow, so it's been kind of nice.
What, just for you personally, working with Camille, what's that kind of been like? Seems like the relationship's just kind of hit it off. How'd that kind of come together for you two?
It's been really nice having her in there and being able to play the four a little bit. She's an elite passer from the high post, so it's been nice, when I have a mismatch, she'll go to the high post, or if she has a mismatch, I'll go to the high post. So it's been really nice to kind of play off of each other and kind of give her the opportunity, because at first, we weren't able to play a whole lot together. So her being able to be in there, I think we play really well off of each other. She creates a lot of mismatches, and then there's a lot of opportunities, for everyone else to do other stuff. So it's been really fun to develop that and just kind of get used to that.
For you personally too, what's maybe been the difference with having played the four more defensive assignment wise? What's that kind of look like for you?
It's been a challenge. It's been fun. I'm guarding more of a guard. I think that's the only thing. I'm chasing shooters off of screens, to whereas if I'm the five, I'm down there banging with somebody. So it's been a lot more movement and been a lot more, I think, technical stuff for me, like knowing like if they're a driver, if they're a shooter, and just kind of being aware of that. But it's definitely kind of been something I had to get used to. I think it kind of started really like at Nebraska, and then just slowly I've guarded more guards. It's been fun. I like it a lot.
Is the chemistry you and Camille have, is that something that could only come about with time? Maybe couldn't have happened at the beginning of the year, so to speak?
I think so. I think it just kind of came with us playing together and like feeling each other out, because I feel like the more you play with somebody, the more you get to know them, and I don't feel like we played together a whole lot at the beginning, so it was kind of hard to like feel each other out and like know where each other's going to be. But now it's just like, she's posting up, I'm going to dive. If I'm posting up, she's going to space out. So it's just kind of being able to know each other and just kind of build that confidence and relationship with each other, and it's been great.
What does her presence at the five in the starting lineup, what does that bring to you guys?
I think it brings just someone that if you get it into her, she's going to score. And so it brings, I think, a focus from the other team onto her, and then everybody else can kind of do their thing, but she's still scoring regardless of what they throw at her. So I think it's kind of brought this scoring demanding presence down low, and I think it's kind of opened a lot of things up for other people. So I think it's been really good for us.
You're playing at a really efficient level right now yourself. Like what's going right for you around the rim to be able to have some of those numbers, and obviously rebounding?
Yeah, I feel like it's been really nice because I've been able to play more of space, especially being, I think at the four, I'm more of like an average height for a four. So it's been kind of nice to kind of like dominate at that level and just kind of be equal in height. And, down low, obviously a little undersized, so I have to kind of play through people. So just being able to kind of get like my outside shots going, being able to drive people, it's been kind of nice to work on some of that, and I've gotten a lot more comfortable just kind of having the ball in my hands out there.
What led to just keeping Michigan off the glass? Because I know they're one of the best in the league in doing that.
It was just a big emphasis because they killed us in the first game on that, and that was just kind of something that we knew we had to do. And it was kind of nice having, Dal in there was flying in, Hobby was in there rebounding, and so I think it was just something kind of everyone was like, okay, like we have to do this today, because I think they had 14 on us, 14 O boards in the first game, and so we're like, we just can't let that happen. And then I think it stopped a lot of their flow, not being able to get rebounds and get it out quick.
You kind of referenced it, but just speaking about Dale and what she was able to do in that game, just all around steals, assists, rebounds. What does she kind of bring to you guys just from that perspective?
I think she's a huge X factor for us. When she is on, when she is everywhere playing defense, just all over the place, we're a better team. And I think she was really excited for that game, and I know she was really bothered by the first game. So I think just her being all bought in 100%, and she was she was everywhere. Like everywhere I looked, the one time I went to go get a loose ball and she's flying from the other side of the court. So just kind of having her have that energy is really great for us.
Is that something she talked about though, wanting to bounce back from that game and that meeting? What was that kind of like, that conversation? Like what?
Yeah.
Could you get a sense that she's locked in for a game like that?
She was talking, crap to our practice players, the entire, prep practices and all that. And Coach Green's like, you're talking, you got to go out and do it. And she 100% went out and did it. So I think she was bought in from the get-go, which was cool.
As you talked about just playing the four, like how much you worked on your shot in the offseason. Like what is to see that pay off like it has? Like, what's that do confidence-wise for you, just to know that you can stretch the floor?
It builds my confidence a lot, and it's been really great to kind of see that develop, even in practice, just kind of getting those reps, and then in the games, like facing up and being able just to shoot it. It's been really nice to see something other than like a layup or a hook shot go in. So that way, if I am the 5, teams still have to pull out, and then I can take a 5. So I think it creates a lot of opportunity for me going forward.
Maybe not a lot of times this season have 2 like such stark points, like the first Michigan game and this. Like, have you thought about that and just kind of the 6 weeks or whatever between those 2 games?
We're a very different team, very, very different. And I think people ask like what happened in the beginning. I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. I think it was just a funk. I think teams go through them. And so I think just kind of getting in more of a rhythm, like I mentioned earlier, has really helped, because we're just next game. We don't have time to sit and ponder on stuff. So yeah, I think it's just kind of been time and working together.
You've seen out of Gretchen in this, as we get to the last half of this year, and how she's developed a little bit.
She's developed. It's been huge for us, and I'm really happy that she's gotten minutes in conference play, because I think that'll really help her going into next year. It's not like played during non-conference and then next year's going to be her first year with a lot of minutes in conference. So it's been really good for her, I think, to kind of get those against these higher level teams. But it's also been great for us. She's very confident shooting the ball, which is something I don't think you see a whole lot in freshmen. And it's something that's been really great for us, because it's another scoring threat out there. Teams, I feel like sometimes with freshmen you're like, oh, they're not going to shoot it. She's going to shoot it if she's open, and she's going to make it. So just kind of having that confidence in her, like knowing if we pass it to her, she's going to create something is really big.
She seems like somebody who came in with a seen and not heard type of deal as a freshman. Has that changed at all?
She's still pretty quiet,
yeah.
But she's figuring stuff out. And there's been a couple times on the court where on defense she's talking and I'm like, oh, that was Gretchen. Like Gretchen's telling me where to go. So it's been kind of cool to see her kind of come out of her shell a little bit and just kind of figure out Shauna's philosophy and Shauna's program. So it's been cool.
You were 2 days out. Have you looked at all Purdue yet? Anything stand out?
We haven't. Today's our first day of scout, so we know they like to play in transition. We know they have a lot of shooters. So I feel like they're kind of a lot like Michigan in a way. They like to play in space. They like to push at transition. So yeah.
Okay.
So when you guys are ready.
Do you all know that you have untied shoes? KB and yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, it seems like just 2 like really big points, like the first Michigan game and now. Like, what's the difference, I guess, in that 6-week span?
I'll just say we just worked really hard and we really just played like ourselves that game. Excuse me. But that first Michigan game, that just was not Illinois basketball. And I just feel we came in with a different mindset this game and we just played our game.
What's it feel like when you guys are collectively clicking like you have been?
It feels really good. I just feel like it's just the feeling that we've had last year, just bringing it all together and just continue to be better and just growing. So I feel like it's been really good just pulling it all together.
Kyra looks a lot more like herself. What does that do for you in your game when she's herself?
Yeah, Kyra, she's a great leader for the team, and when she's on, it helps us all because she's an energy giver. So it's good to see her bringing it all together too.
KB kind of referenced just how personally you took that first game and how much you wanted to make a statement in the second game. What did that kind of mean to you, to that opportunity against Michigan to beat them that second time?
Yeah, it felt really good, and that first game, that was a terrible game for us, and it was on our home court, so it was an opportunity for us to get a road kill and just win it with that mindset.
What for you personally, just impacting things, the rebounding, steals in that game, what's that kind of look like for you? Do you feel like you're kind of coming into your own of what you want to do for this team and how you want to impact this team?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely want to impact this team in many different ways, and I felt really free and focused that game, and I love getting rebounds, and I feel like I haven't been getting as many rebounds as I usually would want to, but just staying focused and just bringing what I can to the team, that's what I focus on.
Does maybe that rebounding kind of lock you in when you're getting those boards? Does that kind of show you that, is that kind of what you look to do to kind of have everything else kind of come along for yourself?
Yeah, for sure. Rebounding, it ultimately helps the team, so that's just what I focus on when I get rebounds.
Kendall said maybe you had a little trash talk during practice last week leading into Michigan. Is that right?
Yeah, I did. Just a little bit.
What feel bad?
Honestly, just remember in that first game, like, we wanted that first game really bad, but we just did not come out the way we should have, and we got blown out. And I hated that feeling, so I had a little trash talk, a little chip on my shoulder at practice and stuff, and just wanted to come into this game just ready to kill.
Do you feel like for yourself maybe too, when you have that chip on your shoulders, maybe when you play your best, do you feel like that kind of feeds into your game somewhat?
Yeah, it does. It just gives me more confidence and a lot of energy, like just like going to war, you know. That's just the mindset I have, and you know, as long as I'm bringing energy to my teammates, like that's all I want to do.
It seems like Hobby's playing at a really high level right now. What does she add in that starting lineup for you guys?
She adds a lot. You know, she has a really big presence down low, and she's very mobile, and she can finish well. She's strong, and she can get rebounds. Like, she can do it all, and she can shoot. So she's a really good post, and I'm glad that we have her. She brings a lot of energy and focus. Man, y'all think I got a chip on my shoulder. Hobby always trash talks, and I just love that she brings so much energy with us too.
How have you seen her kind of settle? Like Coach Green's mentioned, like she spent 4 years at one place and you go somewhere that's totally different. Like, how have you seen that process for her kind of settling to Illinois basketball?
Yeah, she's grown a lot. I feel like mentally, like she's taken a lot of strides, and she stays in the gym. She works really, really hard. So it was in due time till it all came together for her.